from the comments section. Solo a Star Wars story teaser trailer review.
And at the end of this video, I'll be reacting to some of your reactions to the Solo a Star Wars story trailer that you tagged me in on the Stardust app. Stick around for that. Are you ready?
I was born ready.
Let's get into it.
I quit on Star Wars. I will support Marvel movies this year.
Well, either way, Disney is smiling in your general direction. All hail Skynet.
For some reason, I want this movie to prove him wrong so hard. Star Wars still remains the tip of the spear for me. That is not based in name alone.
To be clear, I'm not saying the movie is going to be crap. I'm saying I have my doubts, and the trailer didn't put those doubts at ease. The trailer didn't make me go, oh, that's why I shouldn't have doubt. If it means anything, I want the movie to prove me wrong also. Christopher Pine kinda looked like Kirk. He had his own style, but he channeled Jim in all the right ways. I don't see that here with this guy playing Han. Han was no pretty boy, he was a cowboy. This guy sorta reminds me of Pratt, but not funny. I don't know. I'm jaded.
That is the perfect example. That's the example I'm just unable to think of. It's Chris Pine as James T. Kirk. Chris Pine wasn't doing a William Shatner impersonation, which sounds amazingly horrible or horribly amazing. In either case, he gave James T. Kirk his own spin. He played his own version of Kirk, which kept the essence of the character, but felt different. If Alden Ehrenreich plays that up, if he plays that same angle Chris Pine played for Kirk as applied to Han Solo, I feel like that would work for me. I mean, I'd like to see him do that, but we will see. Time will tell.
Is Amir or does Jeremy seem angrier these days than he was, say, a few years ago? I mean, he's cursing way more and doesn't seem to get excited about things that used to excite him. Star Wars and Jurassic Park.
Look up a video I made nearly 8 years ago called Do I Really Cuss That Much? And in that respect, have I really changed? I mean, I say fuck more nowadays, but that's just because I don't give a fuck. As for getting excited for Jurassic Park and Star Wars, I still love Star Wars, I still love Jurassic Park, but I'm not going to get excited for all things Jurassic Park and Star Wars just because they are Jurassic Park and Star Wars. As I'm going to assume you are a fan of mine, does that mean you love all 1,356 videos I have done? I'm going to assume not, because that would be statistically impossible in that respect. I assume you understand.
Star Wars fans are the worst, and that includes you, Jeremy. Quite being so jaded. It's a movie, it looks fun, and I'm excited to see more.
But without using absolute statements like are, I will say Star Wars fans can be the worst when they become finger-pointing zealots telling someone how they need to view a franchise or a movie coming out in that franchise. Yes, that was supposed to be ironic and aimed at you.
Dude, enough with the F-bombs. I can't always listen to you wearing headphones, and my parents/colleagues here in India gives me weird looks when I listen to you on speakers.
Well, that fucking sucks.
Just stay with the OT films, dude. You jizzed over Force Awakens, but shitted on Last Jedi. Fa was good, but Last Jedi was amazing.
And now you basically don't care about this movie?
Just stay in the 70s, 80s, dude. Leave the rest of us to celebrate Star Wars in modern times.
Yeah, I'm not telling you how you need to view Star Wars or any other franchise. I'm just telling you how I view it. I view Star Wars kind of like currency. The more dollars that are in circulation, the less the dollar is worth. I kind of see it like Star Wars, it was 1 in a million, and I feel like it's in danger of exchanging that for becoming one of the millions. However, I have done exactly what you said you want me to do. I'm over here celebrating Star Wars how I celebrate Star Wars, leaving you to celebrate Star Wars how you celebrate Star Wars. I didn't come to your door. Did I ring your doorbell and be like, ding dong, hello, have you heard my message on my viewpoint of Solo a Star Wars story or its trailer? No, not at all. I'm just over here in my space, which happens to be my YouTube channel, just doing my thing, giving my opinion. You sought me out, so you can't just be like, go to your space and give your opinion on Star Wars, which is exactly what you're doing.
All right, now I'm gonna bitch about how you're not doing.
But all things coming around, all things being a circle, in the year 2040 or whenever, they will have a new iteration of Star Wars that you won't like, and you'll bitch about it, and whatever boneyard monstrosity social media we will have at that time, or the world will have at that time, and then you'll be like, I don't like it, and someone will be like, just go back to 2017, 18, and leave us to celebrate Star Wars here in modern times. So just wait for it, it'll happen. Apparently it's happened to me now.
Somewhere on Skywalker Ranch, George Lucas is laughing his ass off.
True, if I had $4 billion fucking dollars, I would have very little to bitch about myself.
When will this foul-mouthed cokehead die?
Oh, that is a completely reasonable comment, completely reasonable person. Funny thing, I get comments like that sometimes on social media. I get it on Twitter, I'll get it in the comment section, but never at a convention. If anyone ever meets me, they're never a dick. So I gotta assume some dicks online I have met at conventions, but they're never dicks there. So I kind of see dick comments like that as road rage, like something you will say when there's a separation of reality, but something that you're not gonna say in person. But little word to the wise, don't wish someone death in written form on the internet. Just not smart, just saying.
Dude, he has to grow. He can't be New Hope Solo right off the bat. Let's see how it goes.
People do change in time, but to correct a statement I said in my video, I shouldn't have said he doesn't feel like Han Solo. I should have said, does he feel like Han Solo? I don't know, because the trailer didn't give me enough data to assess that. It's just the fact that they just gave us a couple of lines. We don't have enough to say whether or not he feels like Han Solo. That in and of itself is the problem. That's the thing I don't like. You look at the trailer for the first Iron Man movie. Iron Man 1 came out in 2008. The trailer dropped in 2007. At that time, people really didn't give a shit about Marvel movies. There was no Marvel Cinematic Universe. People didn't give a shit about Robert Downey Jr. People did not really give a shit about Iron Man. I thought the movie was going to be a piece of shit. But I saw that teaser trailer and I was like, movie's gonna be terrible, but he is going to be great in it. The trailer sold me on Robert Downey Jr. being Tony Stark. I was instantly excited. That's what this trailer should have done. I wish the Solo trailer that hit 4 months before the Solo movie came out did what the Iron Man trailer that hit 8 months before Iron Man came out did. If you want to see how to sell the audience on a character and a casting, watch that teaser trailer for the first Iron Man. It's awesome.
Love The Last Jedi, and I am going to love this. Go in with an open mind instead of deciding beforehand you already hate the movie. You might actually enjoy Star Wars.
Well, I don't think this movie's going to be a piece of shit or anything. I don't think I'm going to hate it. But if I'm going to poke holes in your comment, going into a movie with a preconceived notion is not a guarantee that you're going to see a movie a certain way. There are movies that I was convinced I was going to love the movie that I didn't like. Movies that I was convinced I was going to hate the movie that I actually loved. And if we're all being honest with ourselves and each other, it is virtually impossible for someone to go into an event to which they have prior experience of joy or disdain and be truly emotionally or sentimentally agnostic. It's not the way people work. And if you think you're exempt, you're not. Your open-mindedness in going into the movie convinced that you are going to like it is a preconceived notion that you have. So that in and of itself seems to be what you claim not to like. It may be in the opposite end of the spectrum from a spectrum you don't like, but it is still going into a movie with a preconceived notion. And here's one for the reverse. When I went into 50 Shades of Free, do you think I went into that movie with any other mindset other than this movie's gonna suck ass and I'm going to fucking destroy it when I review it? No, I actually got the silly string and the party hat and all the party devices. I got that before I even watched the movie. I went to the store on the way to the screening because I was like, I'm going to murder this fucking thing. Does anybody care? No, because it's a preconceived notion that people want me to have. So it's not that people don't want me to have a preconceived notion, it's that they don't want me to have a preconceived notion that is in the opposite spectrum of a preconceived notion they want me to have. But as I said, we all have preconceived notions, and I feel like if we're all just honest about that and we accept that fact, I feel like we can at least eliminate some of the friction it causes among people talking movies or really anything. All right, and like I said, I put a call to arms out there on Twitter to say, hey, react to the Solo: A Star Wars Story trailer on Stardust, and then I will use some of your reactions in this video, and I'll bounce off of them. I'll kind of react to them. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let this asshole take a hike. Sorry, go ahead and take a seat. What? But dude, it's fun. We're doing it for the fans. The fans get to have more interaction this way. Tell you what, after this Stardust reaction segment, I will give you the last comment. You can do the last thing to finish the video off. That cool? All right, let's get to you folks.
The more I watch the trailer, the more worried I get and the more excited. It's a weird love and hate. I like the aesthetic. I like maybe what they're going to try to do, but I'm not sure I like the personality that they're really giving Han. It was kind of something different in my head, but whatever. I like what Lando looks like. I like that gambling scene. That looks cool. Maybe he loses the Falcon there, but I don't know. I don't want to see him, how he gets his blaster, how he gets his coat. I don't want to see that, how he gets his boots. I don't know. Do you think they're going to do that? We'll see.
That is the struggle with Solo and Star Wars fans right now, isn't it? Where it's like, I see the concept, I enjoy the concept, I see the potential. Do I like what I see? Do I like everything I've heard? Not necessarily. I feel like they're gonna have nods for some of the things. I don't want to see where he gets everything else. I don't care where he got his vest or his blaster. His vest he got at Target because it was on sale for all I give a shit. The Falcon looks so different. I've actually humored in my mind like maybe it's another ship of the same design, not the Millennium Falcon. We will see what they do, but I get it. I feel it.
Everybody needs to take a step back, chill, wait for the movie to come out, and then make your own opinion on it. Like, what are you guys complaining about? It looks great, and Ron Howard took over the reins for this. Like, hey, I think this film is in pretty good hands. We get to see how Han meets Chewie. We get to see a young Lando played by Childish Gambino. I mean, it has all the right recipes for success. Why are you guys making it out to seem like it's gonna be terrible? It's Han Solo.
First of all, love the energy, glad you're pumped. And you do bring up a good point about Ron Howard taking over the reins. I'm gonna stick to here, which is Ron Howard came on after Lord and Miller were fired. We heard there were a lot of production problems. So it's easy to lump in the production problems of Lord and Miller to what Ron Howard is doing. But really, if you look at it, it's a different product entirely. I feel like Ron Howard, we did 90% of this movie. So everything you heard about Lord and Miller June 2017, just go ahead and scrap that. Stick to the Ron Howard thing. I do think he is a good person to take over because he has history with George Lucas, and I feel like he does know the characters a bit more. But for his filmography, I'm kind of 50-50 on Ron Howard. He has made some great stuff. He has made some not so great stuff, so time will tell. But for the sake of your energy, my man, I want you to walk out of that movie going, I told him so.
It's a mixed bag. I mean, seeing Donald Glover's Lando makes me really excited, but Alden Ehrenreich's performance as Han Solo in the trailer leaves me wanting. I mean, we haven't seen a lot about it, so he might be better in the movie. Other than that, the effects look really cool, and it looks like it's going to be a really great sci-fi movie. Let's hope Solo works.
All Star Wars bias aside, I thought it looked at least really cool. I can see where people are coming from, how it doesn't really have the Star Wars feel, and a lot of people didn't even want this, and the production issues are a big lag on the film, but I think we're going to get a pretty decent flick, and I think it's going to be pretty cool, pretty fun ride. That's what I got from the trailer.
I put these two reactions back to back because they're pretty much going about it the same way. They're going about it, which I think is a healthy way, which is, look, it's not going to be this religious Star Wars experience. It's not going to be this once-in-a-lifetime thing. It's not going to be this special thing. It's going to be probably a fun sci-fi adventure. Maybe we're used to Star Wars being more than that, but I feel like that's what Solo is going to be. So I agree with them. I agree with you guys. I'm trying to see it like that too.
It's funny how Donald Glover can literally say nothing, and still I can see multiple news articles about him.
That is true. The constant or common notion is that Donald Glover was great in the trailer, and he said nothing. So I guess less truly is more. And here it is, folks. The last reaction, the final reaction. And this dude is as real as I have ever seen. If you want to see the reality of the Solo a Star Wars story trailer, the fan notion, the fans in general, this guy speaks for all of us. Enjoy the Valley of the Real.
Honestly, I need to see more footage from Solo a Star Wars story before I make my decision if I'm excited for it or not. I know I'll go see it.
I love that dude. I love the fact that he's like, I don't know, but I'm gonna see it. So I wish I could withhold my opinion. Generally speaking, everyone has an opinion. I wish I could withhold it more, but as I do have a YouTube channel that is built around talking about movies, I give my opinion out there. It's just kind of what I do. If I kept it that real, my videos would be 11 seconds long, which I guess is why Stardust is perfect for that sort of thing. So thank you all for the comments. Thank you all for the reactions. If I cut them down a little bit to save time, I apologize for that. Maybe I can make it its own thing. Instead of putting it at the end of Tales from the Comments section, I can make Tales from Stardust or something so I wouldn't have to slice up the reactions to save time. But did you have fun?
Yeah, it's fun.
So remember to follow the link below to the Stardust app. Follow me first. It's really important because it makes they at Stardust think I'm actually the shit. Follow me there, and when there's something I'm going to feature Stardust reactions in, I'll let you know in Stardust, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you all for the reactions, and as promised, we give the last comment to Douchey Me. Take it away.
We need to teach Jeremy to punch properly.
Oh, I got this. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.